Everyone. This is Anthony again from the Center for Health and Healing. We're continuing today with part 2 of our variation on the traditional hot yoga practice. The first video covered the standing series, and we ended with the first Shavasana, so we'll be picking up at that point. So everybody can come to a reclined position. I'll begin the music, which I want to preface the video by saying I don't own any of the rights to, just having it in the background to quiet the mind. And again, this is a little variation. We're going to try and build heat if we don't have the heat wherever we are, to build it through a little bit of movement before each of the final postures, hopefully to facilitate a deepening of the posture and making it a little bit more fluid and easier to get into and hold the final posture. So we'll come to a reclined position. We'll starting in Shavasana. Good. And if you're following these videos in sequence, feel free to stay in the Shavasana for the full 2 minutes. But we'll start in a reclined position here for the sake of time. And the first posture will be our wind-removing pose. So to come into wind-removing pose, we're going to warm up the hips by coming into a few bicycles. So inhale, the head and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, the legs off the ground, they hover, arms are by the side, and just pull the knees into the chest, alternating, not letting the feet touch, keeping the head and shoulders off the ground, inhaling and exhaling as you alternate the knees into the chest, pulling in a little bit further each time, loosening up the hips, creating heat, creating circulation, creating some movement. Good. Continue with these for as long as you need to get loosened up. We'll do one more on the left and then come into the right. Interlace the fingers, clasp on the shin, drop the left leg, point the left toes toward the ceiling, flex the left foot really hard and push through the left heel so the calf is touching the ground. Take an inhale on the exhale, draw the right knee into the chest, drop the head and neck to the ground, and wiggle the right knee up the right side of the rib cage. Try not to let the shoulders hike up to the ears. Pull them down and back. Feel your shoulder blades come together on the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen. So as you pull the knee into the chest, give a slight shove through that left heel. And then exhale, draw the knee in a little closer. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll switch sides. Take a big inhale. Create some length in the body. Flex the right toes toward the face. Get that right calf on the ground. A slight push through the right heel as you draw the left knee into the chest. Keep the shoulder blades down and back. If you find your shoulders hiking up, just lower the grip on your shin. Good. Left foot can do it at once. Concentrate on wiggling the thigh and the knee up the left side of the rib cage. And breathe. With each exhale, soften, draw the knee in a little closer, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly release the left leg. Airplane out the arms. Take a big inhale. Exhale, curl yourself up into a ball. So bring the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around. Grab the forearms or the wrists. Tuck the chin slightly into the chest. Take an inhale. On the exhale, hollow out the belly. Press the low back into the ground. Pull the knees into that space. Trying to keep the tailbone pressed. Pull hard on your shins. So hard that if I were to come around and separate your arms, your legs would spring out and kick me. Good. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Keep them down, curling up into a ball. You should feel your entire spine flat against the mat from the neck all the way down into the low back. Keep holding. Keep breathing. for 10. 9. Trying to keep that double chin to keep the length in the back of the neck. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Airplane out the arms. Send both legs to the sky. Flex the feet. Squeeze the abs. And then slowly, with engaged legs, lower down, using your core strength to control the movement. Good. Bring the arms overhead, and the backs of your hands are going to touch the floor. Separate the feet slightly. Now we're going to come into a variation of the yogi sit-up. So take an inhale. On the exhale, lift your legs up just like the opposite of what we did before, and then lower your toes to touch your hands. Keep squeezing your abs. Keep the legs locked into your plow, and then use your abs. Pull the legs back toward the front of the room. As you do, slowly rise up into an L and then into your fold. A rolling plow here. Take an inhale. Bring it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Take an inhale, lift the arms up, backs of the hands come to the floor, legs come up, toes touch the palms, keep the legs squeezed, keep the abs squeezed, slowly roll on back. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, getting a little bit deeper with each round. We're going to do 3 more. Good. Last time, roll up. So you really have to pull your abs, squeeze your belly button to the spine, press the low back to the floor. Keep the legs engaged, the toes flexed, and you pull yourself up to an L, and then exhale into your fold. Good. Inhale it back up to center, and we're going to make our way to our abdomen for our spine strengthening series. We start with Cobra. Good, so in Cobra, let's line it up first. Pay attention to your alignment at the beginning of each posture. Once it's properly set up, then move into it. So the legs, tops of the feet are on the ground. Feet together, heels together, knees together, inner thighs together. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and we don't want our shoulders hiking up. We want them down and back. Good. My triceps are in line with my rib cage. Elbows are tucked in. Good. So we're going to move in this Cobra. So take an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift, pressing into the palms. We're coming to a twisting Cobra. So we're going to twist to the right. Pull your right shoulder blade down. Turn your right chest, right side of your chest toward the ceiling. Push your heart away from your tailbone. Press your pelvis into the mat. Exhale, lower, left side. Inhale it up. Turn the left chest toward the ceiling. Pull the left shoulder blade back. Press the pelvis and the tops of the feet into the ground. Keep pulling the heart away from the tailbone. Exhale, lower. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. Keep your hands firmly planted for balance and for stability. Maybe getting a little bit deeper into the twist on each round and getting the chest a little further toward the sky. One more time on the left. Good. Readjust your position. So feet together, heels together, knees together, inner thighs. Press the pelvis down, shoulders are back. Take an inhale. On the exhale, rise up into your Cobra. So you're pushing your heart forward. You're pushing your chest up through your shoulders. Good. Arms stay at 90 degrees. Shoulders are back. Hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly lower down. Bring the arms to the side. You can take a belly down Shavasana here for a few breaths. Good. Now we're going to make our way into locust pose. Now in this posture, the posture itself is going to become the movement. Instead of doing a movement before the final posture, we're going to do the movement within the posture. So we're going to start, and all of these variations can be named after superheroes. So we're going to start with Superman's. Arms come out. Tops of the feet are on the ground. Legs are separated this time. We're going to start with the forehead on the mat. Take an inhale. On the exhale, point your toes, squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes, lift the arms, lift the chest, and lower. Squeeze your abs, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. Lift, lower. Lift, the whole body is working here. Legs are engaged to keep the lower body lifted. Pelvis is pressing, core is engaged, arms are engaged, lower. Three more. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Good. And lower down. Good. Next one is going to be Batman's. So bring the arms out into a T position. Take an inhale. This time the legs come together, feet together, heels together, knees together. Squeeze the inner thighs. It's easier to bring the legs up as one. Start with your mouth on the mat. Take an inhale. And exhale, lift. Turn the wrists out. Keep the chest lifted. Squeeze your legs together. Press the pelvis down into the mat. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. This time we're going to bring the hands to the side. Palms face up. Mouth stays on the mat. Legs are together. Tops of the feet are on the ground. Engage the legs. Press the pelvis down. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lift. You can stay here or you can pump the arms toward the sky. Palms face up. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. One more version of locust. This time we're going to bring the arms out in front. We're going to come up. So this time the legs are going to be together. Tops of the feet on the ground. Same as the last posture. Arms this time are out in front. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lift, and then just swim the arms like Aquaman. Inhale as you bring it out and around. Exhale as you bring it up and forward. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Loosening up the shoulders, bringing it back, and lowering down. Good job. You can come to a belly down Shavasana here, right or left ear to the mat. Reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with your body. Trying to clear your mind of anything that's getting in your way, that might be disturbing you or distracting you. And we'll come to a tabletop position. We're going to prepare for bow pose. So, to bring a little bit of movement to the body before bow, we're going to open up the chest a little bit and work the back leg. So we're going to take our right hand, place it behind the head, like almost in a half a sit-up position. Left hand is down, fingers spread wide for balance. Take your left leg, flex your left toes, and then bring your left knee up. Your left heel is almost kicking your butt. The shin is at 90 degrees, perpendicular to the floor. Take an inhale, open the chest toward the sky. Exhale, curl it in. Open, curl. Open, curl. Open, curl. Practicing driving the knee toward the sky and opening the chest. Good, now we'll switch sides. I'll turn around so everybody can see. Good, so left hand behind the head, right leg comes back, right foot is flexed, shin is perpendicular to the floor. Take an inhale, open, exhale, curl. Open, curl. Open, curl. Open, curl. Really extend the heart center out. Open the chest toward the sky, curl it in. Open, curl one more time. Open, and curl. Good. Now we'll come to our mats, preparing for bow. So bend the knees, reach back, grab the tops of the feet. Try and bring your knees as close together as they'll go. Forehead starts on the mat. Take an inhale. On the exhale, keep your shoulder blades back. Drive the knees toward the sky. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, lower down. Coming to a belly down Shavasana. Connect with your breath. Breathe. Good. So the next pose we're going to prepare for is our reclining hero. So to do that, we're going to come to a reverse tabletop position or a bench pose. Now remember, reclining hero opens the front of the body. So we're going to warm up the front of the body by placing our hands behind the hips, fingers facing back. Legs are tented out in front of you, feet are on the ground about hips distance apart. Good, take an inhale. On the exhale, lift. So the torso is parallel to the floor. You look like a reverse tabletop or a park bench. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, press into the feet, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and hinge down. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. One more time, lift, hold, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, slowly lower down. Now we're going to make our way to full expression of reclining hero. So, to start with, you want to place your seat on the floor in between your feet. Now, very important, keep the feet pinned to your hips at all times. Ideally, we want to get the knees as close together as they'll come. That will happen over time, but to protect the knees, feet stay glued to the hips. Tops of the feet are on the ground. If this is too much, you can place a block underneath your tailbone, but still keep the feet pinned to the hips. Good. So, if this is enough, stay right here. You're still getting a good quad stretch. If you want to go further, toward full expression, place your fingertips by your toes. Shoulder blades are back. Take an inhale. On the exhale, come to your forearms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the glutes. Push the chest up. Try and keep that nice arch in the back. Stay here or come to full expression. Lower further down. Bringing the arms overhead, grabbing opposite elbows. Squeeze the glutes together, push the knees forward and down. Keep those feet pinned to the hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And hold. 4, 10, 9, 8. Trying to keep the knees as close together as they'll come, but don't lose that connection between your feet and your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Squeezing the glutes will open the front of the body. Feel a nice stretch in the quads and the hip flexors. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Now you want to come out of the pose with as much awareness, conscious awareness, as you came into it. So, bringing your hands back to where they were, propping up onto the forearms, and then slowly rising up back into your hero pose. Good. So from here, we'll come to our backs. Take a short Shavasana. Good. Rolling plow. Bring the hands overhead. Tops of the hands are on the ground. Palms face up. Take an inhale. On the exhale, squeeze your core. Engage the legs. Lift the legs up. Draw them over the head. Touch the palms of the hands. Squeeze your abs. Squeeze your legs. Slowly roll on up. Lift and fold into your forward fold. In your forward fold, try and press the backs of the legs toward the floor. Squeeze the quads, flex the toes, trying to minimize the round in the back. So if this is all you have to keep that back nice and straight, stay there. Otherwise, continue to fold. Inhale it back up, making your way back to your hero pose. Good. Our next posture is tortoise. I actually don't have a movement to move into and out of tortoise, so we're going to go right into it. So we're going to sit in hero, but this time our seat is going to be on our heels. Now fight to keep those ankles and heels together. You might have to press them together with your fingers. It's going to be a challenge. Good. Get a nice stretch in the tops of the feet. Sit up tall. Line up your shoulders over your hips. Good. Inhale the arms overhead. Now we're going to cross at the thumbs. Hands come to prayer. Get the biceps behind the ears. Keep long through the arms. Take an inhale. Get some length in the spine. Exhale. Now using your core strength, slowly lower down. Good. Try and let your forehead hit before your hands. And trying to keep your seat pressed to your heels. It'll be a challenge. Now once you're there, press the fingertips forward and down. Wrists and forearms come off the mat. Palms stay as close together as you can get them. Push the fingertips forward. Push the hips back. Squeeze your core. Forehead is on the ground. Look straight into the center of the earth. Breathe into the back of the body. Feel your shoulder blades expanding and contracting with the breath. Holding for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, to come out of this, use your abs. So squeeze your belly button into your spine, squeeze your glutes. Lengthen out through the arms, keep everything tight and engaged. Take an inhale, exhale, lift up with a flat back. And then exhale, the arms to the side. Good, breathe, coming into a Shavasana. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, with controlled, steady breaths. Good. Spiral the arms overhead. You can come into your normal hot yogi sit-up, or you can do the rolling cloud. So squeeze your abs, squeeze the legs, flex the toes, lift the legs up and over. Try to keep them locked out, just as you would in a standing posture, and then slowly roll down, coming into your fold. I'm out of the video. I apologize. I'll move back. Good. Inhaling back up to center, and we're going to come to stand on our knees, getting ready for camel. I'm going to do this at a bit of an angle. To come into camel, we're going to stand on our knees. Tops of the feet are going to be on the ground, and the knees are going to be about 2 fists distance apart. Good. So, very key to the back bending postures like camel, it's good leg strength. We'll be squeezing our glutes, engaging the legs, pushing the chest up in order so the back can just arc, almost like a towel coming over a rod. So we're going to practice keeping the legs strong in the back bend. So bring the hands to the side, squeeze your shoulder blades together, make fists, and press those fists to the floor. Get those arms nice and long and rigid. Chest is lifted, shoulder blades come together. Now squeeze your butt muscles together. Good, and slowly lower back, feeling your glutes and hamstrings engage to keep you lifted. Do this movement very slowly. You don't want to fall back and pull or snap anything. So just go as far as your edge and then come back. I want you to feel the strength in your legs as you lower back and then pull back to standing. Good. Just 3 more. Good. Coming back to center. Now we're going to practice our camel. So you can keep your hands at the low back, or you can move to full expression. The way to test whether you should move is that if you come into it with your hands at your low back, if you can see where the floor and the wall meet, then that's a good indication that you're ready to go further. But of course, let your body decide how far you should go, not your ego. So, strong legs, squeeze the glutes together, push the hips forward, lift the chest toward the sky, push your heart center through your chest. Good, shoulder blades are together. You can start with the hands at the low back, get the arc, and then slowly wind the right arm around, wind the left arm around. Keep pushing the hips forward, push the chest up. Breathing. Squeeze your glutes, push the hips forward for 5. Breathe. 1. Left arm unwind, right arm unwind. Stay upright. And then we'll come to a Shavasana. This time we'll do the traditional yogi sit-up. So arms overhead. The double exhale sit-up. Now, If you want more of a challenge, keep your arms apart. If you want less of a challenge, keep them together. Take an inhale. Get the body rigid. Squeeze the abs. Squeeze the legs. So belly button into the spine, spine to the floor. Your abs are totally engaged here. Take an inhale. And coming back to hero pose, getting ready for our inversion. Now you can take any inversion of your choice here. Headstand, waterfall, shoulder stand. I'm going to practice the traditional rabbit today. So we're going to start in hero pose. Keeping the ankles together. Arms come out to the side. And you want to take your thumbs, sort of turn your hands out and around. Bring your thumbs to the outside of your ankles and your hands on the inside of the ankles. Now that grip, maintain that grip throughout the posture. That will prevent you from putting too much weight in your head. We want very, very little weight in the head to protect the neck. Now the idea here is to curl the spine forward, but to prevent injury, always keep your chin tucked to your chest. So we're going to start sitting up tall. We have our grip. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale. Tuck the chin to the chest. Take another inhale. On the exhale, belly button to the spine and round your spine down. Bring the crown of the head to the floor and your forehead as close to your knees as you can. Take a tight grip on your ankles. If your forehead is close to your knees, then lift your hips to the sky. Arms will straighten. Pull your triceps into your thighs. Pull hard on those hands. Hips to the sky. No weight in the head or the neck. Chin is tucked to the chest. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come out of this. Head and neck are the last to come up. So sit back on your heels and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, just curl up. Good. Take a breath. We'll return to Shavasana. Arms come overhead. Take a big inhale. Good. Coming back to center. And we'll prepare for our seated head to knee. So to prepare for that, we're going to come into a little bit of movement like we've been doing. So if you have a block handy, take a block. You can also use a pillow or a book, just something to use as a guide. We're going to separate our legs into a V and just place your left hand in front, your right hand in back, and then roll your hips forward. And then switch arms and then roll them again. That'll give you a little bit more opening in the inner thigh. Toes point toward the sky. Bring the block overhead, bicep by the ears. Take a big inhale. Exhale. We're going to hinge over to the right, touch the block to the toes, and then inhale it back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Good. Inhale it back up to center. You can place the block to the side. Excuse me. Bring the left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh. Good. Right toes point toward the sky. Engage the quad. Press the back of the leg to the ground. Press your toes toward your face. You'll feel the heel slightly lift maybe where you could slide a piece of paper under there. Take a big inhale. Square off over that leg. Now we're going to hinge forward. We don't want to reach forward and round. We want to keep length in the spine. So lead with the heart center, lead with the chest. Good, reach. You can grab the foot, the ankles, the shins, wherever you're going today. Once you're there, take an inhale, create some length. Exhale, fold. Try and get the torso to the thigh, the forehead to the knee. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now here's your challenge. Extend the arms out, squeeze your abs, press the leg into the ground, lift up using your core. Challenge number 2, see if you can switch the legs without touching down. Good. Test your mobility in the hips. Good. Keep the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh, left toes point toward the sky, flexing them so hard that you feel that heel lift slightly. Inhale the arms overhead, square off. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge, reach. Lead with the heart, lead with the chest. Good. Forehead to the knee. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms out, squeeze your abs, lift. Good, and bring the legs out in front. Preparing for your seated forward fold. So pull the flesh away from your sits bones, feel them press against the mat, and then just wiggle your hips back slightly. Good. Flex the toes toward the face. Arms come overhead. Get your index and middle fingers ready. Take an inhale, exhale, reach. Grab the big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen, keeping that back flat. Now, if you find yourself excessively rounding, then bend into your knees as much as you need to keep as neutral a spine as possible. If you're a bit more mobile, then come to full expression and hold. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back up to center. Awesome. We're going to get ready for spinal twist. So we're going to take our right leg, cross it over the left, and the left leg can stay long, or I like to bring it back. I find I have more balance this way. Try and keep your right butt cheek onto the floor. Good. So inhale the right arm up. So before twisting, I want you to reach it to the sky, create some length in the rib cage on the right side. Now turn the wrist toward the back of the room and then bring the arm around. So this shoulder is rotated out. You'll get a little bit deeper. Place your right hand right by your tailbone, press it down. So we're not leaning back, we're pressing down. Right hand becomes a second spine. Take your left hand, reach, and then hook the left elbow outside the right knee. Once you're there, simultaneously press down on the right hand as you pull back on the left. Good. Twist from your torso, not your shoulders. Looking back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hollow out the belly. Twist further into that space and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwind, twisting from your midsection. Take a counter twist to the left. And we'll come on back and switch sides. So left leg comes over the right. You'll find that one side is easier than the other. The right side is easier for me than the left. Good. Sit up tall. Keep the energy flowing upward. Good. Bring the left arm overhead. Take an inhale. Reach and lengthen, turn the wrist out, and then rotate it around. Left hand becomes your second spine. Keep those fingers spread wide. Inhale, lift the right arm, hook it around, press, twist, and lift. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unwind. Take a counter twist to the right. Coming back up to center, making your way to a comfortable seated position. That can be in lotus, that can be in easy pose, that can be in hero. You can also use a block to keep the torso long. We're going to come into our final breathing exercise, our Kapalabhati breathing, the breath of fire, burning out any of the residual obstacles, mental or physical, that are preventing you from realizing your full potential. Good, so the Kapalabhati breathing, the movement is coming from your abdominals, your diaphragm, and your throat. It's short bursts on the exhale, and then there is no active inhale. It's just a short, quick, sharp inhale on a rebound effect. We're going to keep the lips pursed and sort of hissing the breath out with that pulsating movement. Want to keep the spine long, torso lifted, hands on the knees, trying to keep the arms long but not rigid. Good. You can keep the eyes opened or closed. Take an inhale and begin. Letting the breath out, bringing your hands to prayer, thumbs at the third eye, hinging forward, sealing your practice, opening the eyes, and of course you can make your way to Shavasana for as long as you like, letting the practice work its magic, letting the body settle, feeling stronger, feeling calmer, feeling more balanced and more open. I hope you enjoyed this video and the others that I've put out. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.